Welcome to our DIY class today where we're going to learn how to make your own cleaning products at home. This is something I love doing. I teach a lot of classes on how to make your own cleaning products and it's always so much fun. One of my favourite things to do really is teaching classes, and I've missed it so much over the last couple of weeks of lockdown. So I'm excited to get into this today. So today we're going to learn how to make a DIY cleaning spray and also a foaming hand wash, an air freshener, hand sanitizer, and a soft scrub, which is kind of like your Jif alternative. So we've got a bunch of different ingredients that I'll run through shortly and explain why we use them and what we use. And then we'll get into the actual, making the recipes part. But the thing that I love about DIY is that you can have so many, different recipes that you can make out of just a few simple ingredients from your home. So it's nice and simple. My motto is very much keep it simple and only use the ingredients that you really need to. So a little bit about me. I run a business called For Everybody. So I teach a lot of DIY classes. DIY is kind of my favorite thing to do. So I teach a lot of DIY classes around how to make your own cleaning products, how to make your own skincare, balms, face scrubs, deodorants, all that kind of stuff that you can make from home. I also sell kits as well, so that you can buy a kit with all of the things that you need to get started, and it saves you from like shopping from about 5 different places online and trying to find the best price for things. I've just got it all in one easy kit to buy. So I'm currently working on my website, and that'll be available really soon, and then you'll be able to just pop online and buy those. Now, a bit about me and my business. So For Everybody is a not-for-profit business. We raise money for pregnancy crisis centres in our community. So it's all about supporting mothers who might find themselves unexpectedly pregnant and really need some extra support. So this is about providing them with options and like a place to stay, financial support, medical support, all of that kind of stuff. So it's about helping them see that there are other options other than just termination, which is often what their friends will tell them to do. So that's kind of what I do and what I love doing, and that's why I'm here today. So I just realised that I didn't grab any water, which is not ideal, but we'll get started anyway, and I'll go and grab it later on when I need it. So we'll start by going through a couple of ingredients. So my favourite is Castile soap. Castile soap is kind of like a concentrate liquid soap. So you can get like hard Castile soap or liquid Castile soap. I like liquid for these recipes. You only need like a tiny bit in a recipe and it goes a really long way. So we use that a lot in our cleaning spray, foaming hand wash, and soft scrub. You can also make your own like dishwashing liquid and like concentrate cleaners with it. I also use it for like cleaning the windows and stuff like that. The next ingredient that we use is baking soda. Baking soda is great because it gives like a bit of a corrosive kind of, not corrosive, kind of like just an extra elbow grease rubbingness for like your soft scrubs and stuff. Another one that we use a bit of is vinegar. Vinegar is great because it just helps freshen things up and cleans really well as well. But one thing to note is that you should never mix vinegar and Castile soap together. If you mix abrasive, but not quite abrasive. Now, one thing to note is you should never mix Castile soap and vinegar, because if you mix them two together, then you pretty much end up reversing the fat effect that lye has on the fats when you're making soap, and so then you end up pretty much going back to the original fats. So I've got here, I've got a bit of Castile soap in this cup, and I'm going to mix and a bit of vinegar. So it's just normal white vinegar. So a lot of people say, oh, you should use, like in a lot of recipes, people list Castile soap and then vinegar and then, other ingredients. But it's kind of going to be counterproductive. So if you mix in vinegar, you end up with this horrible white stuff, which is like really oily, fatty, and it kind of looks like curdled yogurt, which is, I don't know if you can see it in here very well. I don't know if you can see it or not, but anyway, it's kind of like curdled fat. It's disgusting. So anyway, if you're going to go and use that in a recipe, then you're going to find that you've just got like an oily, greasy stuff that's not really going to clean effectively. So first rule of cleaning products is do not mix vinegar and Castile soap together. Now to get started, we also use a bunch of different essential oils in our cleaning products, and these provide a bit of anti-bacterial kind of properties to your products, but they also provide a lot of, they help lift things off. Say like in a oven cleaner, for example, you'll use lemon and that helps lift off the scum off the bottom of the oven. Lemon will also help make your windows nice and sparkly and shiny, as will other citrus oils, but lemon's nice and cheap, so it's great. Now On Guard is a favorite for your like multi-purpose spray, dishes, and like foaming hand wash and stuff. On Guard is just a really all-rounder for antibacterial and its cleaning purposes. So that's why we use it in cleaning. Now you'll see in the shop a lot of cleaning products have eucalyptus, because eucalyptus is really purifying and cleaning. But what's it called? On Guard is kind of like eucalyptus on steroids. So that's why we use the eucalyptus. A couple of others that you might use would be tea tree. Now tea tree is great for like your fungal stuff. So if you're making a bathroom spray, you might want to use tea tree. And then oregano as well is great for that as well. So it really depends on what you're going to be making, but those two oils can also make stuff smell quite strong, so especially oregano. So unless you want your whole house to smell like a pizza, then use a very small amount of those ones. For those of you who got the LRP order this month and got Naoli, that can also be used in your cleaning sprays as like a tea tree alternative as well, because it's very similar. It's like from the same family as tea tree. So first things first, I'm going to make a soft scrub. So to make a soft scrub, I use, you can use like as much or as little as you want, but I usually use about a cup of baking soda. This is a bit less. This is probably about half a cup of baking soda. I usually just measure it out in the pot, or not pot, jar that I'm going to be putting it in afterwards, because then it's going to fit. So I just take the pot, fill it up with baking soda, and then pop it into a jug. So then we're going to add Castile soap. So I use 1/3 of the amount of baking soda. So if you're going to make a cup of baking soda, if you're going to use a cup of baking soda, then use about 1/3 of a cup of Castile soap. You can also just use your jar as a measuring cup and just tip that straight in. So then we're going to add some lemon. So lemon is just going to help with cleaning properties. So the soft scrub that we're going to be making can be used for like cleaning your oven, cleaning your stove, removing like the black marks off the walls and stuff like that when you're cleaning around the house. Pretty much anywhere that you'd use Jif normally. Also great for like cleaning your bathroom, cleaning like the taps and making them shiny again and stuff like that. So we're going to use a bit of lemon. Lemon smells really good, but it also is going to help with those properties. So I use about like 10 drops per cup of baking soda. So this is about half a cup. So I'm just going to use about 5 drops in here. And we'll just give that a good stir. And when it comes together, it'll kind of form like a soft paste. You can make it runnier, or else you can make it thicker, just depending on like what you're wanting and what you're going to be using it for. I often don't actually make this as a big batch, and like say when I'm cleaning the oven and all that kind of stuff, I'll just make up a small amount in a cup in the kitchen. Baking soda is always there. Castile soap, we've got a big bottle of it. So that's often what I'll do, just to keep it nice and easy. But otherwise you can make up a big pot and just have it sitting in your cupboard ready to use. So you can make it quite runny like this kind of consistency, or else you can thicken it up a bit more. Just depends on how you're wanting it and what you're going to be using it for. What was that question? Was it saying is recipes going to be available? Yes, recipes will be available. I can send them out if you guys give me your email address. So maybe Amy, can you pop, would you be able to get me everyone's email addresses, possibly? But anyway, we can sort that out at the end. But yes, recipes will be available.
Sure.
So yeah, what was that?
Sure. If everybody can just, if they want a copy of the recipe, just put their email in the chat box, and I will copy and paste them all and send them to Lydia and get the recipe sent out.
Thanks, Amy. That's awesome. Okay, so that's our soft scrub. You can make it as runny or as thick as you want. If you have it really, really thick and you want to add a bit of water, you can also add a bit of water just to runny it up a bit. But essentially, that's kind of how you would make it. So next up, we will make a cleaning spray. So in this cleaning spray, you can use either vinegar or else you can use Castile soap. I love Castile soap because I find it kind of just gives a lot more kind of elbow grease. Really helps when you're cleaning the bathroom just to kind of get the scum off stuff. And especially like when you're cleaning your stove and stuff like that in the kitchen, it just helps getting rid of the oil on the surface. Vinegar is really cheap. It's probably a bit cheaper than Castile soap. But like also a great option if you've got it, but just remember, don't mix the two together. So it depends on what you're preferring. I always go with Castile soap just because I love it. So for this, we use 2 teaspoons of Castile soap. Depending on the brand of Castile soap that you get, some are really runny, some are a lot thicker. Like the Dr. Bronner's one is quite thick, and it's because it's got like thickeners and stuff in it. The one that I use, which I get in like 25-litre buckets, is like really runny. It's literally like water. But either way, they're both really effective. So it doesn't make an awful lot of difference. And then so I've got 2 teaspoons of Castile soap, and then I like to add some essential oils. So I usually use about 30 drops all up for a 500 ml bottle. And often we'll use like 20 drops of On Guard and then like 10 drops of lemon, or else if I'm using it for a bathroom spray, I might do like 10 drops of tea tree in there as well, or instead of the lemon. But if you're wanting to mix it up a bit, you could also use a bit of eucalyptus or a bit of oregano if you're wanting to do that, or else any other citrus like wild orange or grapefruit are also really nice and smell really nice. The other ones, yeah, otherwise you could use Naoli as well if you wanted. Now in this, so I use 30 drops all up, and then top it up with water, pop on your spray nozzle at the top, and then you're good to go. I'm not going to finish doing that one just yet because I don't have any water, and should better go and get it soon for the foaming hand wash. Next up, we're going to make a foaming hand wash. So in this one here, you can use any foaming hand wash bottle that you've got, but I just love these amber glass ones. So for this, I'm just going to use 2 tablespoons of Castile soap, and then 1 teaspoon of coconut oil, and like fractionated coconut oil. So the Castile soap is going to give you the foaming kind of properties in it. Actually, this bottle is bigger than what I normally use, so I might do 3 tablespoons of the Castile soap. You can use 2 or 3. 3 just makes it a little bit more more lather, I guess, less watery on your hands. And then a teaspoon of Castile soap, and then we're going to use about 30 drops of essential oils. So again, I usually use about 20 drops of On Guard and then 10 drops of lemon. But you can use other oils if you wanted as well. I mean, it depends on where you're putting it as well. If you're just wanting it, I mean, Castile soap is going to give you a lot of cleaning properties for your hands. And so you can, if you're wanting it to smell more pretty, you could put in like some, you know, geranium or all of those other kind of ones that are going to be also good for your skin but also smell really nice. So I'm going to use some tangerine in this one because I love tangerine. So I'm going to use 20 drops of On Guard and about 10 drops of tangerine. Now, if you don't mind just 2 ticks, I'm going to go and fill this up really quick, and then I'll be able to show you what it looks like. 2 ticks, I'll be back.
I love to use patchouli and lime in my hand wash. It's a super yummy blend. Does anybody else have any yummy essential oil blends that they love?
Patchouli and lime sounds delicious, Amy.
Yeah, it's so good. Also, yeah. Another one that's really nice to use is Whisper. I don't know if you guys have Whisper, but Whisper's really good. And then you get the deliciousness.
That'd be really pretty.
I like mine.
I also love using I really love using Citrus Bloom. Citrus Bloom has just got a really pretty, like, florally citrusy smell. Anyway, so I just topped it up with water, and then you can see here, it's just nice and soft and foamy. Oh my goodness, that just got in my eye.
And the speaker's dead.
No, sorry, I just wanted to go and wipe it off before it. You know when you get oils in your eyes?
Yeah, it's not good.
Who's done that before?
Lydia,
It's
what do
not
you
good.
oil in your eye? What do you do? Tell everybody.
You use coconut oil because it dilutes the oils, so then you don't. If you use water, then it's just going to drive it in further. So never use oil. Never use water if you're going to get oils. Or same if you put like oregano neat on your skin, and you know how it burns so bad. If you've done it before, you'll know what I'm talking about. Don't go and try and wash it off with water or with soap, because that's just going to drive it into your skin further. So just use some coconut oil or any other oil that you've got on hand, or like a balm, or just anything that's close by. I've had it before when I'm driving, and I use peppermint like to keep me awake. And so like I pulled over on the side of the road, got out my peppermint because it was late at night, and then I put it too close to my eyes, and they had like peppermint. It was just horrible. Anyway, I didn't have any rollerballs with me for some reason, so I had my balm in the car though, so I just used my balm and it worked. So that's what you can do. Anyway, so this here like literally takes what, like 2 minutes to make, not even 2 minutes to make, and it's so easy to make, and you've got your amazing foaming hand wash. Super easy.
Can I just say, I was blown away by how quick and easy that foaming hand wash was to make when Lydia first showed me. And now that's all we do. We make foaming hand wash at home, and most of it's water, you know. So it's not really drying on your skin as well, because really you're washing your hands mostly with water and just a little bit of Castile, and then your oils.
Definitely. And also because it's got a little bit of coconut oil in it, that kind of gives your hands a bit of that moisturizing effect too. And if you've got another oil that you might like to use, say like jojoba oil or whatever, something like that, that could also be really nice as like a moisturizing effect. But I just use fractionated coconut oil because it's easy and on hand always. Okay, next up we're going to make a hand sanitizer. So with everything that's going on at the moment, hand sanitizers kind of need to be 60% alcohol minimum to be effective. So you can, like in the past, I would always just make a hand sanitizer with witch hazel, which is really easy, and I've always got witch hazel on hand, but it's not going to be super effective because it's not actually going to kill the bugs that you're wanting to. So the World Health Organization says it needs to be at least 60%. So that's why I'm going to make it with ethanol today. So ethanol is like 90-something% alcohol, like really high percentage of alcohol. But it's also really flammable, so just store it really carefully. And keep it out of reach of your children. So I just have like a small spray bottle here. It's about 50 mils, I think. And then I don't really measure it super much. I just tip in till it gets up to about 2/3 full. And then I pop into that a little bit of glycerin. So glycerin is what's going to kind of stop it from drying out your hands too much. But also if you use too much glycerin, then you're going to end up with like this kind of layer on your skin, which is quite disgusting. It goes away, but you don't want to use too much. So like more isn't better in this case. So in this 50 ml bottle, I'll use about like 1/8 of a teaspoon of glycerin. So a really little bit, and it makes all the difference. And then we're also going to add to this, I use about 20 drops of essential oils totally. So I use On Guard normally because it's just easy, but you can also use a little bit of oregano if you want. Oregano does make it smell quite oregano-ish. I gave one to a lady from work, and she loved it because she loves the smell of oregano. So she was like, "Oh, it makes me smell like pizza." 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we've got, I'm just putting straight oregano, straight On Guard in. So 20 drops, and then top it up with water. Pop your spray top on, and you are good to go. So again, like way cheaper than a lot of the ones that you buy in the shops or can't find in the shops. The only thing is ethanol that can be quite hard to find at this time, but I'm sure it'll be in a lot more shops shortly, and like especially like Bunnings and stuff like that usually sells it. Just make sure you keep it out of reach of your children. Now, one thing is a lot of recipes you'll see have either rubbing alcohol or ethanol. Rubbing alcohol is probably easier to source than ethanol, but it has a disgusting smell, and I personally hate it. So I use ethanol because ethanol doesn't smell. Well, it doesn't have much of a smell anyway. But either one works, and either way you just want to have at least like 60% of the volume of whatever you're making as that alcohol, and then top up the rest with water. You don't want to do the whole lot as the alcohol, because otherwise it actually ends up becoming too much. Like you need water to be able to help kill the viruses and bugs and stuff like that. So that's why it needs to be kind of a mixture of the two. And then lastly, we're going to make a room spray. So room spray is what you use. You can make it like an air freshener for your bathroom, or else you can also use it for like a linen spray if you're wanting to make like a nice lavender or a lavender piece kind of one for your bed, help you sleep. You can pretty much use whatever kind of oils you want in it. Now in this, you can either use ethanol or like rubbing alcohol, or else you can use witch hazel to help mix the oils through the water. So you're wanting something that's going to be act as an emulsifier to mix everything together. So usually when I make this, I just use, this is also the same way that you'd make like your what's it called, insect repellent. I just use like the Terra Armour blend, and then so you can make it in the same kind of way. So I'm just going to use ethanol because that's what I've got, and I don't have my witch hazel on me at the moment because it's at the factory. But anyways, so I'm just going to put, you don't need to use as much because it's not for your hand sanitizer or anything. So just like about a teaspoon of ethanol in the bottom of the jar, and then pop in whichever oils you want. I'm going to make one with Purify, and then it'll go in the bathroom as like an air freshener. So you're wanting to use about like 20 to 30 drops, depending on the size of your bottle. This is 50 mils, but I'm probably not going to fill it quite right up. So I'm just going to use about 20 drops. So Purify has a blend of citrus. It's got lemon, Siberian fir, citronella, lime, tea tree, and cilantro. And it's just one that really helps get rid of a lot of smells. You know, if you've got like a cut onion in your fridge or whatever and it makes it smell disgusting, this is a really great one just to pop like a drop in there, and it just helps freshen up the smell. Where's a good place to buy witch hazel? You can buy it online in a lot of places. You just want to make sure that you get one that's got a really good quality and it's quite pure, because a lot of them have a lot of additives and stuff like that, and or like yeah, kind of not pure. So just make sure you get a good brand. So then we'll just top that one there up with water, and then you're good to go. Last of all, if you're wanting to make like a multi-purpose kind of cleaner that you can use for, say, popping into a bucket of water, just like a little dash into a bucket of water, or into your dishes and all that kind of stuff, you can just use straight Castile soap, and then add in a bunch of oils, whichever oils you want. So often, like when I'm say cleaning windows or something like that, I'll just use like a dash of Castile soap and then a couple of drops of lemon, and that works really well. But if you're cleaning, say, I don't know, your bathroom or your dishes or just anything, like your walls and stuff, just pop like a teaspoon, like it doesn't need to be a lot of Castile soap, even like half a teaspoon of Castile soap into the water, and then add like a couple of drops of lemon, or else any other kind of citrus, or else on guard or eucalyptus, and then you're good to go. Nice and easy, and way cheaper than like your other conventional multi-purpose cleaners and stuff like that in the shops. So as you can see, like there's so many different products that you can make with just a few ingredients. Like here today we've pretty much just used On Guard and lemon, Castile soap, vinegar, and baking soda, with the option of like ethanol if you're really wanting to kind of branch out and make some other stuff. But even that is like very much an optional extra. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you've got. So just unmute yourself and ask away. I don't know if Amy wants to keep the recording going or whatever, but I'm happy with whatever.
Yeah, no, we'll keep recording. I can't see Ames there, but does anyone want to just unmute themselves and ask any questions from Lydia? She's an absolute wealth of knowledge in this area. So around those 3 particular products that she showed you how to make, I hope you'll all agree that that's so easy to do, right? I mean, within half an hour, and she's made those 3 things that otherwise you might have spent $30, $40 on if you're buying natural. And plus you didn't even need to go to the store. There's no plastic, and you save a lot of money as well. So I used to think that making my own cleaning products was a really hard thing. That wasn't something I wanted to do or could do or knew how to do. And then it was only since working with Lydia and seeing her, sort of being taught by her, that I realized how easy it is. And now I do all those 3 things at home. And it's so easy. When your hand soap runs out, instead of having to go down to the store, which right now is even more inconvenient, I literally just open up my foaming hand wash and pop in those things as we did today. So any questions from the floor? Anyone want to unmute themselves? Ash, have you got a question? Ashley's got a question.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I do. With your website, when the products will be in stock? And I know, Buffy, you supply bottles and stuff as well, is that right?
Yeah, so I've got on my website at the moment, I do have some bottles and some Castile soap, but Lydia's actually be putting together some little kits so that you can get it a lot cheaper, because the Castile soap I've got is like they're branded bottles. I mean, they're great, but they're a bit more expensive. So she's going to be putting actually together little kits you can get. So if you enjoyed, those 3 products, you can just buy the kit and it'll have kind of the bottle and the ingredients you need, everything except for the oils, because we obviously just assume you guys have got the oils. Is that kind of right, Liz?
Yeah, so pretty much the website will have whole kits, and it won't just have cleaning kits either. It will have other kits, and then I'll also be selling like some plain ingredients like your Castile soap and stuff like that. But like often for like a litre of Castile soap in the shop, you'll pay like $40 or $50, whereas it's going to be a lot cheaper on my website. I've just had a lot of issues with my domain name. Like the website's finished, but I've literally spent the entire week trying to troubleshoot and asking different people. So it's going to be up and running real soon, and it'll be foreverybody.co.nz. But you can follow me on like Instagram and Facebook too, and I'll be sharing recipes and upcoming classes and all that kind of stuff. So
in the meantime, Liz, just before the website goes live, maybe if anyone is interested in getting one of those little kits, you can just email Lydia directly and she could just actually send you one out, and then you can just do a bank transfer type option, but until the website's live. Because I know
totally.
Your green fingers out wanting to.
I'd be keen to do that if that's possible.
Yeah, sure thing. Just I'll send an email with all the recipes later, and then you can just flick me the details. And like my kits are going to be quite customizable as well. So if you're like, oh, I don't actually need X, Y, Z, but I do want that, and I want a little bit more of that, just let me know, and like I'll be flexible and just work it all out. So yeah, lots of fun. Any other questions? Anyone excited to go and make some stuff this afternoon?
I'm excited. I'm very excited. Lydia, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure thing.
So today you covered basically a home cleaning spray, a hand sanitizer, which is very topical right now, thank you, and the foaming hand wash, which I love. Honestly, you guys have to make that. You'll get a real kick out of like pushing the pump and the foam comes out and it works just like the stuff from the store. I still can't get over that. But what
So
else,
true, Buffy.
what else would you say would be some of your go-to home cleaning style recipes that you make as well?
That's pretty much like mostly what I make. Like the soft scrub kind of like cleans everything scrubby that you need. And then the only other thing would be like at the end, as I was saying, like the Castile soap in a bucket of water. And for me, that pretty much covers everything. Like obviously there's like washing detergents and stuff like that. I haven't really ventured into that because it's a whole nother world. But like for your normal just cleaning around the home, those recipes is pretty much what I use.
But Lydia,
is there any other recipes you guys are keen?
Lydia also makes the most amazing beauty products. So on the 2nd of May, Lydia is going to be doing another workshop on natural beauty. And she makes lip scrubs and lip balms and body scrubs and everything. So if you want to come along to that, stay in tune into the Essentialists Facebook page, and we'll post that event up as well. So yeah, she's not just a one-trick pony.
Lydia, I was wondering too if you could, if you've got any tips on making laundry powder, because I'm going to make mine today. Just because I think, you know, we don't really want to be getting out to the shops too often, and that might be one thing that we're going through quite a lot of, you know, with everybody.
Yes. I actually haven't personally made it either. I know my cousin does, so I can put you in touch with her if you want, because I know she makes it all the time.
In the Essentialists in the unit Hannah's Hacks, she's got some recipes in there about how to make fizzing toilet bombs and how to make dishwash powder and washing liquid and all that sort of stuff as well. So yeah, look in the unit in the Essentialists called Hannah's Hacks.
Yes, that too.
Yeah.
And actually, in terms of like dishwashing powders, like we don't have a dishwasher at home, but if you've got a dishwasher, what we use at work is just a bit of baking soda and then a teeny bit of like soap, and emphasis on a teeny bit because if you use much, it's going to literally foam up your entire room. But yeah, and that's effective, and that's all you really need. So like literally a drop of Castile soap and the rest baking soda, nice and cheap.
Yeah, and then for the dishwash liquidy stuff, what's it called? The stuff that you put in to clean the dishwasher. I just put in a few drops of lemon oil to clean out my dishwasher.
Oh, the rinse aid or whatever it is.
Yeah, rinse aid. That's the word. Yeah.
Hey, can I share with you something? I don't know if you've done that before, Lydia. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So hand wipes. Have you done that with a paper towel and you cut a roll in half?
I haven't, but I do know a lot of people who have.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's really, really handy when you go to supermarket or somewhere that you wanted to wipe your hands, you want to wipe the shopping carts, and also wipe stuff that you buy from the shop. Like when you bring stuff in and you need to wipe before you get them into your home, that's really, really handy. I can share the recipe here. So you cut the paper towel into half, and then you mix half a cup of water with aloe vera gel, just 2 tablespoons. Just mix it all together, and then you add some 1.5 cups of alcohol, essential oils in there, like 30 drops. Mix it together, pour into your paper towel upside down as well, and just cover it. It's perfect. It's beautiful. I love it.
That's cool. You just take hand sanitizer with me to the shops and use it so much. But it's great to have options.
That's cool.
Lots of fun. Well, ladies, if you want to reach out at all, flick me a message. I'm on Facebook or Instagram, wherever else you are. Reply to my email or anything, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions. But it was really, really, really lovely to teach you guys today. So I hope you guys found it useful. and are inspired to make some stuff at home. And yeah.
Thank you, Lydia. That was amazing. And yeah, any other questions, guys? We've got a couple of minutes now, but otherwise, if not, have an amazing rest of your Saturday. Make sure you all book in for Lydia's workshop in 2 weeks' time. I've just put the link in the chat. It's just got some details about it. If you're already an existing member of our community, I think everyone is here. Have we got any newbies on the line? Oh, yeah.
Shanae.
Shanae. Okay, we might have one newbie, which is amazing. But once you're a member of our community, and most of you are, then all of our workshops are complimentary. So those are the details. But we'll just be sending out the link like we did today, and you can come along and learn about that. So it's in 2 Saturdays' time, same time, 11 a.m. Saturday. And what else will you be doing on a Saturday at 11 a.m. in lockdown?
Hopefully we're not in lockdown in 2 weeks' time. Jackie, if you're wanting to know how to clean your baking trays, I just use like the soft scrub, or else just plain baking soda also is really good, but either one of those.
Hi everyone. I'm just wondering how to use the chat box on this thing.
What was it, sorry?
Just down the bottom.
How do you use the chat?
Down the bottom of the screen in the middle is a little button called chat.
Oh, I don't have that on my phone.
Oh, it may not come up on your phone app, but you can just ask a question with it.
So how will it, let me start again. Just was going to put my email address in there, that's all.
Oh, just message it to like Amy or me or whoever on Facebook.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'll post this recording in the Essentialists Facebook page, and anybody that puts their email under that thread will also be put in touch with Lydia.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Thank you.
Cool, guys. Have an awesome Saturday. Bye.
Bye.